Good evening sa lahat ng nandyan at nakikiramay sa kay SIG, sa kay Kay, and sa mga anak ni SIG. I just wanted to talk about kung gaano katagal yung pagsasama namin ni SIG at kung gaano karami yung pinagdaanan namin. Parang almost the same time kasi parang we grew up in the industry, no? After Scorpio Nights, na-meet ko na si Sig. And parang we share the same kind of passion and excitement for the uncertainty ng mga buhay namin sa industriya. No? Si Sig is one guy na parang sobrang passionate talaga sa storytelling. I remember pag nagiinuman kami, siguro dahil wala pa kaming estable na buhay at trabaho, lahat kami laging tapon lang ng tapon ng idea sa table, sa inuman. And si Sig, I would remember, every time magkita kayo, may 5 concepts, 7 concepts, lahat maiisipan niya ng idea, no? And it just keeps you going. Sometimes, siguro naman, doon sa mga ideas na napag-usapan namin dati, hindi naman lahat yun magagawang pelikula. But, I mean, just by conversing and talking about those ideas, parang it gives birth to other ideas, it gives birth to other possible movies. And exciting times siya for us, even if hindi namin alam kung sisikat kami, magiging malaking director ba kami, o magiging malaking writer ba siya noon. Because that time, hindi pa naman siya nag-profess na gusto niya maging director. Yung simula niya talaga, gusto niya maging writer, coming from Ricky Lee. No? And the only time na parang, kasi may isa kaming ginawang project, pinag-co-write namin si Sig at si Edgar Ilaw, pero parang hindi sila match kasi si Edgar Ilaw naman sobrang, God bless his soul, si Edgar Ilaw sobrang formal, while Sig, his ideas parang si Sig parang adventurous sa mga plotlines, sa mga topics. And the only time na sabi ko, Sig, baka ito na yon, no? Was when I eventually did a project with Regal, and I brought him to help me out in the story of the film. Prior to this, may na-pitch na siya na kwento na hindi ko naman naisip na yun yung magiging movie namin, no? And then when we met si Aubrey Miles, nandun din si Mother, si Don, naisip namin automatic, sabi ko, maganda yung concept ni Sig na bugaw. So it's the story of a pimp na nag-aalaga ng mga prostitutes. Pero what's really interesting about this pimp that stuck in me, kaya naalala ko nung nandun kami sa meeting, is that the pimp in working in the world of sex and prostitution only has one, isa lang yung bayag niya, no? So pinitch ko yun, pinitch ko kay Mother, and nagustuhan. So that was the start of parang of course it was eventually changed, no? The title of the film was changed, skewed towards Aubrey Miles as a title role, so naging prosti siya. Pero yun yung parang isang buo namin. I remember yung sinulat niya tungkol dun sa usapan nila sa bubong na nakalagay yan sa movie, except of course embellished by Roy, no? And then from then on, Sig moved, and more than becoming a screenplay writer, he became a director in his own right. Again, nakasama ulit ako sa project niya just by its name. Ginamit niya kami ni John Red sa Las Pongols. which is the story of two filmmakers. If I look at ang love ni Sig talaga sa movies reflect on the kind of stories that he also makes. His films are also about movies or other movies or a riff on movies. Like yung Broca niya na movie. Parang nagme-merge, no? Filmmakers na ang kwento tungkol sa dalawang filmmakers na Erik Matti tsaka John Red. Mga ganon, no? And I'm so happy na with his stories, parang he has found a way to make them. And I know how difficult it is to make such original ideas into projects and films. Pero siya somehow, he was able to make his films and call niya yung pagkagawa ng pelikula niya, no? And that I'm really proud of him. And eventually, of course, we went on our own paths. And the last time I saw Sig was he invited me to a workshop for his students. I had the talk, and it was a really long talk because, syempre, as you can see, I love talking, no? And kita kami, doon lang kami nagkuhan. And again, ni-relieve namin yung usapan tungkol sa mga pelikula. Ang gustong-gusto ko kay Sig na mahirap hanapin sa industriyang to is because he says what's on his mind, no? And I say what's on my mind. And I think we come from that generation of yung parang hard ass na parang walang sugar coating, walang ano, 'di ba? Kasi atat kami, excited kami sa buhay, excited kami gumawa ng pelikula. And si Sig is that. And a lot of people misinterpret him. And sometimes hindi na gugustuhan yung pagka-opinionated niya, no? Yung parang saying what's really on his mind. And sometimes it hurts people. Pero ako, I want people like Sig in this industry. I want people like him because we need to be tolerant as artists. Artist na nga tayo, nandito na tayo sa mundo ng pelikula, artist na tayo, 'di ba? Why can't we be tolerant of different personalities, different ideas, and yung parang ideas that we don't really necessarily have to agree with? And gusto mo lang minsan ng real talk kasi nandun ka sa movie making wherein what you're trying to bring as much in the film is to bring out the truth, no? And si Sig talaga, and I hope Sig would remind this industry of what we need to be in front of each other. To be more tolerant with different characters in the world we're in. And yun si Sig, no? And I've never felt offended sa kung gaano man kalakas yung mga kwento ni Sig. I really have fun listening to it kasi somehow deep down inside, underneath it, ang lakas ng insight din sa mga kinukwento niya. No, and I love him for that. I know that the past 2 years it has been really, really difficult for him. And in a way, happy na rin ako na for Kay and the kids that yes, of course, nakikiramay ako sa loss, pero at the same time, makakagaan na rin ang pakiramdam nyo. And si Sig din, I'm sure, nakapagpahinga na rin siya. No? I love you, Sig. I will miss you. I will miss your candor. Kung i-describe ko man ng mabait, di ba? Candor, or your zeal and enthusiasm and passion. Pero above all that, there are a lot of us friends mo sa industriya where we all started together who love you for who you are. Kumpletong SIG. Mahal ka namin. I love you. And rest in peace.